This week on Smarter Money TV, we present part 2 of Civil War Shark Tank, the annual competition between the Entrepreneurship Clubs at the University of Oregon and Oregon State University. 6 teams, 3 from each school, pitch their ideas for startup businesses to a panel of expert judges. Last week we saw pitches 1 through 3, this week 4, 5, and 6. Live from the Ford Alumni Center on the University of Oregon campus. Good morning, I'm Michael Tuckman, Managing Editor of Smarter Money TV. Along with my broadcast partner, Dr. Philip Romero, the former Dean of Business at the University of Oregon and currently a Professor of Economics and Finance, over the next 13 weeks we will bring you half-hour episodes focusing on business and finance to help you make informed decisions on how to manage your assets and how to make your money smarter. But for now, let's go to the Ford Alumni Center and see how the competition unfolds.
So my name is Marcus Jensen, and this is my good friend Dave. I'd like to start this presentation out with a short story about myself. See, the year was 2008, I was a sophomore in high school, and I was so sure the only thing keeping me from hitting the ball like King Griffey Jr. was 2 hours in the gym every day. So that's what I do, I hit the gym, and after 2 months and countless awkward ab exercises and bicep curls, I have the exact same physique, and I'm confident I pulled 40% of the muscles in my body. So, men and women have this problem, right? They go to the gym, they don't know what they're doing, they end up injuring themselves, or they end up never achieving their fitness goals. So Dave and myself put our heads together to solve this issue. What we came up with was a mobile software titled Jimsei, Jim Sensei, meaning teacher in Japanese. Basically, the user goes into the gym, opens up Jimsei, selects a muscle group. From that muscle group, they select an exercise, and starts a 15 to 30 second subtitled video tutorial exactly how to do that exercise. This takes a novice weightlifter and turns them into an expert instantly. It's also great for expert weightlifters to change up their routine using Jimsei. You guys are now looking at the Jimsei mobile user interface. If I guide your attention down to the bottom navigation, the weights crossed in an X right there, that's your exercise builder. So you go in the gym, select one or multiple muscle groups, and Jimsei will randomize and select exercises to meet those muscle groups. So this gives you a new exercise routine every single time, and you just follow Jimsei. Do what Jimsei tells you to do, and you'll be successful. Also using the bottom nav, we have the music button, super easy to change music, along with searching specific exercises and adding exercises to your favorites. If I guide your attention to the G button, that's my Jimsei, we get my Jimsei. Up top, that's assigned workouts. Let's say I'm a freshman in high school, right? Go to the gym for the first time with my coach. After our first weight training routine, he writes down a list of exercises for me on a piece of paper, hands it to me. Problem is, if I'm a freshman in high school, this list doesn't mean anything to me. I've never been to the gym before. So, using an at-home mobile software, coaches will be able to go on their home computer, build their players a custom workout, and send it to each individual player. This lets using Jimsei videos, might I add. So this lets coaches hold their players accountable for being in the gym, teaches them how to lift weights correctly, and for players, it's a great way to start to take the training wheels off so they can become more acclimated to the gym within themselves. So we'd love to branch into more individual or personal training marketplaces, but we think high school athletics is the place to start for Jimsei. Now Dave's going to explain to you a little bit about our competition.
So I'm going to talk really briefly about our competitive marketplace here. We've identified 3 applications as very competitive that are available on both the iOS and Android marketplaces. They are iFitness, FitDeck, and Workout Trainer. All these apps are offered around the same price and work in a very similar way. They all utilize static images very heavily and demonstrate workouts by scrolling through images. Additionally, users need to pay extra fees to access new updated workouts. With Jimsei, users gain access to a dynamic list of videos that are constantly updated. And that they can watch and immediately do the exercise that they've just seen correctly in the gym. So, what market are we targeting? We were originally thinking about approaching a very wide consumer market, but we were advised that was very saturated. So we've refocused our product to targeting high school athletes and coaches. So to kind of paint a picture for you guys, we did a little research. Over 6 million students participate in high school athletics in the United States. What this represents is a fairly large untapped market and fairly significant potential revenues. So, you're probably asking, how are we going to bring this to market? Wednesday. First move, apply for a Portland Incubation Experiment. We're very excited about this. We believe it's imperative to get into Portland Incubation Experiment to develop and grow our product. May 8th, our lovely prototype developer, Christina Watkins, who has stepped out to use the restroom, we'll be finishing the first initial prototype, and testing will begin probably the day following. May 10th, our investor site will go live. Early June, we will be reaching out seeking seed investment to really propel the development of our product further. July, given that we get in, we intend to start incubation. In August, we will exit incubation with a very complete product that we intend to test very rigorously. And finally, October 2014, launch our product in select test markets.
All right, it's open for questions now.
So that's what we're doing. It doesn't matter if you're a skinny high school sophomore or if you're Griffey himself crushing them over the fence. Anyone can perfect their exercise routine using GymSay. Thank you.
Okay, so if I may, you're right, very crowded market. So, I'm really curious, I didn't see there, I saw your product development pathline, but I didn't see your market penetration. What's your big leverage point, other than going after high schools? What's going to get you into all those high schools?
Okay, so all our clients are extremely competitive with each other. So if we're working, let's say, Three Rivers League, the league I went to school in, I start selling. Did I touch on in the presentation that it's $1 per player per month?
Okay,
I think
no.
I may have.
Okay.
Anyway, so let's say Lake Ridge High School, the high school I went to, gets GymSay software. Their players are in the gym, and we're seeing athletic success. What do you think every other high school in that league is going to want? It becomes a competitive advantage, and at some point, it becomes necessary to compete.
But so do I got to wait for Lake Ridge High to win a championship in order to get, by the way, I live in Lake Oswego. So, that's a long time. You don't have that much time. You need to get into 100 high schools at the same time somehow.
Yeah, we realize that to make a lot of money, we need to do that, but we need to start small, right? We want to perfect our product here in Oregon, have a few test market launches like we touched on with our timeline. Once we have that really sharpened up, we'll try to spread up and down the West Coast and then try to capture as much as we can of the entire market.
So have you talked to coaches? Do they have this discretionary budget? Can they pay for it? Who makes the decision? I mean, all of us who have children in public schools in Oregon have seen funds go away and there's not a lot of extra funds. So how does the coach make this purchasing decision, and who's the decision maker?
I mean, that's a great question. Effectively, what we kind of estimated is that athletic fees per sport are around $300 to $400. So $12 is a drop in the bucket, and would effectively enhance the athlete's performance and possibly prevent injury.
My name is Alex Gruft. I'm a senior at Oregon State University studying economics, and I am in charge of our sales and our marketing here. And this is my business partner.
My name is Matthew. My name is Matthew Miner. I study renewable materials science at Oregon State University, and Bosky is certainly my creative space to actually do things.
Yeah, he's the one who actually tinkers with the stuff. And there's our awkward picture that we had to put up.
So our current lineup involves wooden sunglasses that are made with a skateboard construction, making them stronger than polycarbonate sunglasses that you see on the market currently. And we also use a spring-loaded hinge, which allows them to conform to variable head sizes, making them comfortable for most everyone who wears them. And we also have shatter-resistant polycarbonate polarized lenses. For our snowboard goggle line, we're really becoming unique because what we have is the only plant-based plastic frame on the market, and we've also employed a hemp textile ventilation system as opposed to the traditional polyurethane foam. And the reason we did that is because we got a lot of complaints from customers that if they would crash on their snowboard or get a lot of snow packed in it, the polyurethane foam would either rip, tear, whatever, or even come out. And so hemp was a great solution to that, and it also doesn't break down from UV, so it's a natural solution. It's great.
Okay, so you guys know the what we do, but the why. And Matt and I sat down about 2 years ago now, and we were trying to decide what we could do to change this prevalence of plastic in our society here. And I mean, we have a picture here. Plastic has become a revolving door issue. We get everything in plastic. All our foods come in plastic almost nowadays. And the second you get home, you have that bag of food and you throw it right in the trash. Well, not with the food in it. But so we were trying to figure out what we could do to change that.
And so the way we want to do that is we want to spread our message of using sustainable materials in outdoor related products to kind of spread our message of sustainability and, you know, using materials that are more environmentally conscious.
Okay, so how do we sell our stuff? We're pretty exclusively online at this point through our website. That's where we get most of our sales, but we do have an international presence. We've sold to 25 different countries, over 25 now actually. We had Kazakhstan last week, which was kind of cool. Etsy's been great for our sunglasses especially. eBay, everyone loves eBay. Override is actually a company that wants to do a wholesale deal with us. And then we have our pal, Mr. Gangnam Style, Psy there from the song that wouldn't stop playing 2 years ago. And we are actually about to initiate a distributor contract with the company that put that pair of sunglasses on his face in Kickstarter. Okay, so what are the numbers? Last year was our first full year of sales, and we did about $14,000 in revenue. And that was before we came up with our line of bioplastic snowboard goggles, which were released late November. So this is almost exclusively sunglasses. And this third of the year alone, we've already sold over 8,000. And so we're projecting $24,000. That's excluding any distributor wholesale deals, which are in place. Oh, that's still me. So what have we done to get interest and get the word out there? We are sponsoring the third youngest person to ever climb Mount Everest. That's a picture of him on base camp. No, that's at the top of the mountain. Or not base camp, top of the mountain. Obviously, I don't climb too much. Then we were featured in GQ last August for our sunglasses. Powder Magazine, huge ski snowboard magazine. We will be featured in with our new line of snow goggles this fall. Oddly enough, we are sponsoring a professional drifter in the Philippines who is also sponsored by Goodyear, and he's pretty good. He really likes their stuff. It's kind of random. And then also a really nice guy. I talk to him pretty regularly. He's a downhill skier that is a professional Italian downhill skier, and he was just in Alaska. That picture's from Alaska, actually, of him wearing our goggles, and it was in the biggest ski magazine in all of Italy.
So the ways we want to actually grow and expand our product and make it unique, have some added value, is one of the things we're working on right now is collaborating with graphic designers all around the world. And we've already contracted with 8 just this last week. And what we want to do is we want them to provide their personal art so that we can use them as engravings on our sunglasses to set them apart and make them unique. And that art is, you know, unique to our sunglasses. It's another way to add value to our product. And now one of the other things we're also working on is we're in a rapid prototyping process for our next line of ski goggles, which will be released around early September. And the way we're going to make this a lot different and a lot better is we're using a hemp head strap that's integrated with an elastic. And we also plan on using a recycled face foam, 2 things of which have never been seen on the market before. And the thing we would like to do, not this season, but next season for our line of wood sunglasses is use what's called thermally modified wood. And what that does is it allows the wood to be not only stronger, but more weather resistant and in fact fireproof, but that's not so relevant.
Well, that one was interesting. That was Boski Optical, and I think they have a pretty interesting business there, making wooden framed eyewear. Pros and cons, Phil. What did you?
Yeah, I think I like their diversification. 2 different products, goggles and eyewear. 2 different marketing channels, both bricks and mortar as well as a substantial online presence. And I think, in particular for the goggles, if they're in places like REI, skiers are very committed, spend a lot of money on their equipment. So, smaller market, but a very intense and loyal market. So I think they've got a nice wide range of products, and they can sell it in lots of places.
Okay, right down the middle is 50%. Above it is they're going to make it. Below it is they're not going to make it.
70.
70? Okay, good. Rian, what did you think of Boski Optical?
Mike, I really like this one.
Did you?
I think that like Phil said, the skiing buyer, it's a niche market and they're catered to that. My only concern is as a green company, we don't know yet how viable these types of companies will be.
Yeah, that occurred to me too.
But their key will be expansion in the retail market.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Rian. Okay, let's. That was Bosque Optical. That was pitch number 5. Let's go on to the final pitch. This one is called Fan Source.
We saw 2 huge problems in the concert industry. One being that fans didn't have enough say in what musicians came to their cities, and promoters, well, they often lost money on shows because they lacked the necessary data and information to effectively know what fans wanted. So our solution, in short, is give fans more choice and give promoters more information that's relevant to what fans really want. But we want to describe our process a little bit. So we have a web application that we've set up that's not actually there yet, but we're hoping it will be soon. Fans of musicians can come to this web app and choose what artists they'd like to see, much like a Kickstarter campaign. So they can pledge for an artist, and then a promoter can see it and say, okay, cool, this fan and these sets of fans are very interested in seeing this artist in this particular location. So we think that's pretty cool. But we think something's even cooler about our platform. Rather than just fans coming to our platform and saying, okay, we want to see this, like Kickstarter or something, we're going to step into, hopefully, internet radio sites and blogs and music discovery sites where fans can, while listening to a piece of music, for example, they can see that there's a plugin, basically. So let's say you finished a song or you're in the process of listening to a song. A plugin will pop up for fans that are saying, hey, would you like to see that musician that you've been listening to in your city? So we think that's powerful. And all that information is relevant to the promoter because they can see, okay, there's a strong interest in this city for this particular artist, and that's seen in the analytics. So market opportunity. We're going to initially focus on college students and independent promoters, and then we're going to move on to major cities and foreign markets. Milestones. We'd like to hit 10,000 users in the next year. It's ambitious, but we've set some intermediary milestones to get us there.
Okay, so execution. So far, we've built a series of test applications to verify that people actually want to use what we're going to make. First, we started with some user interviews. This informed our beta sign-up page. We got pretty good results from that. We then moved on, built a simple voting application that allows users to request specific artists to come to Eugene. Next up, we're going to build our MVP, which will flesh out the idea and prove that people are willing to get their wallets out for this choice. This is a little screenshot of the voting application I built. As you can see, people can select from a limited list of artists and submit their vote. In the future, we're going to request that people save their credit card information with us before we count their vote so that promoters can get a much stronger signal. Ideally, this will work much like Amazon one-click purchase. So how are we going to make money? The promoter logs onto our platform, uses our analytics packages to find opportunity in the market. We charge a flat fee for this tool, and we take a percentage upon show confirmation. Our current costs are about $2,000, so we're working pretty lean, split up between marketing, legal, hosting, and branding. So far, we've got 126 signups to our landing page, and 144 of those people have voted to what artists they'd like to see, and all this was done with under $100 of marketing. So lastly, the competition. There are a couple of other businesses trying to capitalize on this opportunity, namely We Demand and Songcake Detour. We feel like we're uniquely positioned to build an application that works better because we really understand our customer demographic, because we are our customer demographic and we have a commitment to engaging the customer in our product development. Also unique to our platform is the whole credit card system because it will give a much stronger signal to promoters.
And upon proving our concept here in Eugene, we again really want to open up this product as a tool for promoters all around the nation, specifically promoters interested in the college market, because we see that as a place where promoters often fail because of the size of venues and just the lack of information in the college market as well.
So I'll jump in and ask a question. What do I get as a user if I give you my credit card?
Sure, so you're receiving choice, basically. So you're saying, okay, I'm in Spotify listening to this piece of music. You see a pop-up that's relevant to that piece of music, and then you say, oh, wow, I would like to see that artist because I've already been listening to it. So you get that choice. We'd also like to incorporate a deals component moving forward.
But right now, I give you the credit card
Oh, I see what
just
you're
for the
saying.
privilege of voting? Like, what do I
Sure,
get?
sure.
Sure. Yeah. Well, the deals component is large. We feel like if we can give people some kind of initially a monetary reward for participating in our system, I think that'll help get things started.
So like I give you my credit card and you give me
Yeah,
like an
a
example.
percentage. Yeah, like $10 off your ticket fee. That kind of thing.
But you don't guarantee that I get a ticket.
Right. Yeah, but you're not being charged any money, and you're not locked in to
To go into the show, you can actually opt out, and we're going to strategically place that opt-out point so it's not like right before the show so the promoter's freaking out or anything like that. But it's a very good gauge because unlike, I'll give an example. So you go to a party on Facebook.
Well, no,
Oh, okay,
I get that. It's just going to be really hard for you guys. Your conversion rates are going to plummet. I mean, the 144 voters, you have their credit cards?
No.
We don't. No, we just have their information.
So
And
you probably would get maybe 10 of those guys.
Sure.
And that was FanSource. And I don't want to rain on anybody's parade, but that was kind of a head scratcher for me. Phil, what did you think about FanSource?
Mike, there is no more crowded marketplace in the music industry. I actually invested in a music publisher that eventually got sold out. Every train's got to have a caboose, and I think this is the caboose of Civil War Shark Tank. I would think I'd do better buying a lottery ticket than investing in this company.
Well, that's certainly puts in perspective the odds of winning. Rian, how about you? What did you think of FanSource?
Mike, I really didn't like this one. I agree with you. It's a head scratcher. I don't see myself or anyone I know really using it. One of my concerns is the security of your information. You have to enter a credit card number. It's not like you're buying something. And with e-commerce security, that's just a big concern for me.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm to the point where I can't even see that this is a good enough idea, let alone how they pull it off, but I wish them well. Okay, that wraps it up for this edition of Civil War Shark Tank. Just to review, pitch number one was Store to Your Door, a presentation from Oregon State University where they would bring you snacks and beverages late at night. Pitch number two was Orchid Health, which was taking advantage of the Affordable Care Act in setting up rural clinics staffed by nurse practitioners and physician's assistants. Pitch number three was the Downside Up, which was a streetwear apparel idea that included t-shirts and even tennis shoes. Pitch number four was Jimsay, which is a mobile application to help, and it was largely aimed at the high school market. So you could go into your gym and plug in this app and it would tell you how to, what kind of workout to do. So essentially replacing the personal trainer. Pitch number five was the
Bozeman Optical?
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Rian. Boski Optical, which had a line of, they were expanding a line of eyewear. They had sunglasses and then they had ski goggles that were primary component was wood, which they say is more durable, more flexible, breaks less, and less expensive than plastic. Of course, some of the high-end stuff. They had a price point of $70 at the retail level and a manufacturing cost of $13. So good margins, even though they were providing it at a lower than their competitors at the retail level. Pitch number six was FanSource. This was an app that music fans could go onto the website and not unlike Kickstarter, click on an artist that they want to follow, and really was kind of murky. They, instead of saying what that meant, once you've got a certain number of likes or a certain number of people who had voted, that information is transmitted to a music promoter who would then bring that band to your home, to your hometown to play for you. I put down $10 for the Beatles, so I'm looking forward to hosting the Beatles in my living room. So let's go back to the Ford Alumni Center to the U of O Entrepreneurship Club faculty advisor, Nathan Lilligard, with the results.
The fan chosen winner for tonight is Boski. So that's a $500 prize to you guys, so that's not too bad. Maybe that covers the deductible for your shoulder, I don't know. You don't even want to know what that's going to cost you. So, and then I'm going to announce first the runner-up position for this 2014 Shark Tank goes to Boski. So that leaves one of 5 remaining teams to be the winner, and this year's winner of the 2014 Shark Tank and $1,000 prize is Orchid Health. So one thing we don't have tonight is a big, massive check with your name on it. But we have some in the Entrepreneurship Center where we'll figure out a way to get a good picture of you with a massive check looking like you won something. So thank you again. Big round of applause to everybody.
And 3, 2, 1.
You've got questions, we've got answers.
I've got a question. Can I retire this century?
Good question, Phil. Tune in Saturdays for Smarter Money TV. Make your money smarter.
13, 14, 15.
Who's retiring? Am I? You? Who should be the pronoun in that question? You?
Speed.
Yeah.
You. Okay, good.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay, stand by. 3, 2.
You've got financial questions, we've got answers. Phil?
Oh, so, yeah, my fault. Sorry.
Here we go. Speed. Okay, stand by. 3, 2.
You've got financial questions, we've got answers.
I've got a question.
Go, Phil.
Will you be able to retire anytime this century?
Well, you sure will if you watch Smarter Money TV Saturday mornings. Make your money smarter.
Okay, that was exactly 15.